feeling. Hey man, nobody better steal my shit either, man. I'm gonna make a wet face Willie t-shirt, man.
The artist formerly known as Vision.
There you go.
All right. So, guys, we're about to move on to the next subject right here, man. So, as some of you might know, Ozzy Osbourne is going to be retiring.
Mhm.
So,
The legend, the
that's
god.
pretty crazy, right?
That's crazy.
He's earned
You
it.
know, he definitely earned it, right? Ozzy
Mhm.
definitely earned it. Like, he definitely fucking, you know, he's did everything. He's one of the people that make me inspired because he's like goddamn 80 years old or
Mhm.
more, and he's still on stage giving that raw energy. It's not like, oh, it's
I
not
thought
like
he's
Pink
been
Floyd or
retired.
some shit standing on stage. Nah, he's been
I thought
touring all. He might have
like
taken breaks or whatever, but
how
he's
did
been touring.
even fries? You remember that show? That, yo, dude
What's
was
that?
been mumbling since like the early odds. Like
I
you
know.
remember that show they had back in like the early 2000s?
When
Ozzy
you feel it,
doing shows.
you know I put it in a line.
You know, it's like Ozzy had he had speech Parkinson's.
Mm.
That's Parkinson's with speech.
Probably best to retire then.
20 years.
Yeah, man. But
So he's had a
he's definitely done it, man. So I'm just gonna play this little clip real quick.
Little bit. You're lagging for sure.
For sure.
Let me-
Lagging a little bit, it's all right. So yeah, guys. So I'm basically gonna play this clip for you guys and get this thing going. Hold on a second. So, all right, we got this clip right here.
After an iconic career. And even that is an understatement. Ozzy Osbourne is currently making plans for 2 final performances to say goodbye to his fans after an iconic career. And even that is an understatement. It's been challenging for me to even put into words what Ozzy's done for this music that we love. And, you know, it's been emotional for me to even see him saying goodbye, to even see him talking about those final performances. We all knew this day would come. We've seen the past retirement tours and, you know, the jokes that have been made about that. But this time's for real. It's been tough seeing Ozzy over the last 5 to 7 years, dealing with health issues and dealing with injuries because of just how strongly we all feel about him, just how much we're rooting for him to be able to get back on stage. I've seen the comments of people saying that Ozzy's being pushed by someone to perform. He doesn't really want to, that he needs money. I assure you he doesn't need money. I don't think he's even thinking about money in this. When you look into his eyes, when you hear him talk about Ozzy Osbourne is currently making plans for 2 final performances to say goodbye.
So, yeah. So, for the most part, man, when it comes to Ozzy, you know, you realize they were mentioning the fact of whether or not Ozzy was, you know, whether he needed the money or not, whether he had any reasons why he had to be out there. But, like, I mean, I feel like at a point somebody's got to definitely bow out gracefully, and he's definitely past the point of bowing out gracefully. You know what I mean? I feel like Ozzy's did everything he's had to do. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he's already established himself as a legend. As
Totally.
You know what I mean? Black Sabbath is a legendary band. You know what I mean? Even the name carried on. They even had a second run with Dio. But
Sure.
you know what I mean? So Black Sabbath definitely was a staple in metal music. So you were a staple in metal music. Then you went on a solo run, and your solo run was just as good as that. So it wasn't like a fluke. It wasn't just a band. It was like, yo, Ozzy, you can really write. Even with Black Sabbath, it wasn't just because of Ozzy. Black Sabbath was great in their own right as well without Ozzy. So, you know, it's like he has a hell of a catalog, more than enough music to leave behind, you know?
Totally.
To be honest, I thought he. Can y'all hear me good now?
Yeah,
I
you're
can
good.
hear you now.
To be honest, I thought he's been retired since the early aughts, like since the early 2000s. Like, ever since they did that show, and he could barely understand what he was saying. Like I thought he was that was his retirement. Like I was letting people know that he could barely do shit.
No, that was
like,
believe it or not, Josh, that was what catapulted him to mainstream, to where everybody knew who Ozzy was. Ozzy was going to still be a legend in the metal world because metal fans are really loyal. And, you know what I mean?
But was he still performing the same after that?
Bro, Ozzy's been giving his 100% like all these years, bro. I've seen Ozzy perform even at old age. He may not jump around as much, but when I say he still has his vocal thing, like he still sits there and does vocal exercises before he goes on stage. You know what I mean? Like Ozzy literally is like definitely in top form. You know what I mean?
I'm saying like I think people were willing to give him like the pass for retirement since then. Everything else has been cherry on the cake. Like
it's carry on the legacy at that point. You know what I mean? He's done everything he needs to do. There's not much else he needs to say after that point. You know what I mean? And you know, Ozzy's definitely somebody that's paved the way for a lot of other metal artists and a lot of bands. Period. Just the whole sound. Sabbath itself is a sound that has inspired the majority of the metal world in general. And I think some of their riffs are still better than a lot of the stuff that's out right now. You know what I mean? Their riffs are really freaking good. Like Tony Iommi's guitar playing, really, really good. And I love their drummer. I don't remember the drummer's name, but their drummer as well. Iconic stuff, you know? So whatever Ozzy wants to do, he could do it, man.
What happened to Wet Face Willie?
He bowed out. It's like Ozzy. He bowed out. Oh.
Oh, did that summon him? And then he disappeared.
All right. So here we go, man. We got Wet Face Willie back in the building. What's good, though? You back, my dude?
I summoned him.
That's right. He heard you.
Pokemon, bitch.
From the wet. You've been summoned from the wet. Willie.
Willimon. All right. Hold up. Oh. So, all right. So I'm going to basically go and figure this out and get Buddy back on. What we're going to do is going to take our one final commercial break, and then we're going to come back for the 7, okay?
All right.